Footprints was released in 1975 and was directed by Luigi Bazzoni. And according to the back of this, this is one of the most criminally underrated giallos of the 70s. Underseen giallos of the 70s, my apologies. And this stars Florinda Bolkan. It is part of the House of Psychotic Women box set, and this is the third entry in the box set. So I have reviewed Identikit, which is the first film. I have a review on this channel. And then I reviewed I Like Bats last year for 31 Days of Horror. And this is the third entry, Footprints, and there's a fourth coming up. We'll see when I'll review that, shall we? Wink, wink. So this one is a giallo. It's a pure giallo. We've got the score, the huge Italian atmosphere, and basically it's about a woman named Alice who she basically wakes up losing all her memory, and it plays out as a mystery, and she's trying to find herself as well as figure out what the hell has been going on. This film opens up in a really interesting way, especially for a giallo, because it brings in this like sci-fi space element. You have these astronauts walking on what looks like the moon, and this is while the credits are rolling, so it definitely gives that sci-fi vibe. And then you realize that it's a black and white film, and this woman, Alice, is watching the film. And it's a fictional film in the story, so she basically loses her memory, and she, I guess, in a sense, recalls, or something draws her to this place called Garum. I always should look up the names of these places before I start these reviews. Garma, that's it. It's Garma. And from what I looked up, it's a place in Morocco, because it is in the Middle East. There is the calligraphy and everything on the buildings. So from what I looked up on a map, Garma is in Morocco, and the atmospheres in this location are beautiful. You got the beach settings. The cinematography is really, really well done. And when she gets here, she runs into a bunch of people that seemingly recognize her. She runs into this old man who says that he's seen her a few days before, but she doesn't recognize him whatsoever. She's trying to piece together this mystery to figure out who she is and how she got to the place where she is currently. She meets this little girl who's a very strange girl, by the way. She has red hair and she looks about 10 to 12-ish. And she says she's there with this guy named Matthew, and when she's questioned who he is, she's just like, he's just a man. And she's very mysterious. She seems to be with a bunch of people. Like, she doesn't seem to have like a guardian or anything like that, but she also recognizes Alice, except she keeps referring to her as Nicole. And there's a few times where Alice is wondering if her name is Nicole, because some people recognize her as Nicole, and like there's this wig that comes involved. She knows she's in the possession of a wig, and the little girl says she recognizes her, but her name was Nicole, and she had longer hair, and now this woman has shorter hair, going by Alice. And she meets this man at a bar, and the man starts to like give her more hints on who she is and where she came from, kind of thing. And this whole black and white film, this sci-fi film from the beginning, plays throughout the story, and she keeps recognizing characters from the film, but also confusing real life with it. And it leads to this climax where she's like completely comparing characters from this film to real life, and the guy gives this huge reveal, which I'm not going to go into the entire twist of the film, but by the end of it, she's just blending, reality with fiction, and it's a cool ending. I really like how the film ended, and where it leaves off, like right before the credits roll. And again, I don't want to spoil anything because it is kind of a mystery film, so I don't want to reveal too much, but there's a lot of characters that come into play, and all the characters are very interesting. The lead is also great. I really like Florinda Balkan, who in the film, her character mentions that she's Portuguese, so shout out to Portugal there. And she's from Lisbon and lives in Italy. Now, I don't know if the actress is actually Portuguese, that would be even cooler, but I didn't look her up before doing this review, so probably should have. Probably should have looked up her career a little bit more. But regardless, I'll definitely be looking more into Luigi Bazzani and floating the Balkan as well. Balkan is not a Portuguese last name, but that I'm familiar with. But yeah, I really liked the progress of this film and the places that it went, and the music. The score is always great. It's got this organ feel to it, and then you got this like classic giallo, not strings, but just a really soft, mystical melody kind of thing that a lot of giallos are basically famous for. So that's the third entry called Footprints, and Footprints comes from the name of the fictional black and white film called Footprints on the Moon, or it's originally like Blood of the Moon, and then she's like Footprints of the Moon. So it seems like a film. It's one of those films that, like the fictional film and the movie, that I wish kind of existed in real life, because the whole thing looks neat, but it also it it not complements, but it's just something that I would want to see on its own kind of thing. Like it seems interesting in and of itself, even though it's a subplot that connects to the actual film Footprints. But the black and white film, the sci-fi, looks interesting just on its own, so I'd want to see more of it kind of thing. But good performances all around and good atmosphere all around, so I can definitely see how this is an underrated giallo for sure. But yeah, until we get to the final movie in this box set, which I've had it for a long time. I should have reviewed these earlier, but it is what it is. Go check out Identikit. It's on the channel right now. Go check out the review for I Like Bats, which I did, like I said, last year for 31 Days of Horror. And the final film is going to be The Other Side of the Underneath, like I said, when I get to it. Which shouldn't be too far away. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Go purchase House of Psychotic Women from Severin, and go check out Severin as well. It's not a sponsored review or anything. I'm just saying Severin is a really cool company. And until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.